What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of ThirdEyeCyphs. I'm your host, Natalia, and it is 8:52 in the morning. I didn't have to start classes this morning. I think I told you that I have to wake up super early because I have to start yoga classes at 8. But the class was canceled, so I got to sleep later. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, guys, I am so tired. I probably sound really tired, but you don't even know. I just woke up 5 minutes ago and my eyes are I'm so tired. I just finished moving. I've been moving for 4 days straight, maybe 5, nonstop. My body's tired. I'm sleeping less. It's just it's stressful. It's not stressful, it's just tiring. It's tiring. So, also I don't have my laptop that I usually record on. Well, I have a laptop, I just don't have the charger. That I usually record the podcast on, because it has my music making program on it. So I'm recording with my travel laptop. So I have to record directly on Anchor, which only allows me to record up to 30 minutes. So today's episode probably shorter than 30 minutes or up to 30 minutes. I also tried doing a card reading for you guys this morning, and I don't know if it's because I'm tired. I'm pretty sure it's because I'm tired, and I was just not there, not connecting good, you know. So I didn't want to give you any false readings and stuff like that, and I just the cards I were pulling didn't seem right, and I just wasn't connecting with them. So I was like, you know what? I guess I'll skip the card reading. Also, sorry if it's noisy. I have roommates. Also, I'm in a small room, so Haku, my lovely cat, I have stuff everywhere, in boxes still. Still. I've been unpacking for maybe one whole day because I had 2 half days to unpack. And there's still so much stuff everywhere. So if there's any noise or crashing, that's Haku stepping on everything. So yeah, that's a little update on my life. Sorry, I've been skipping the daily challenges on my Instagram. I literally have not had the time. I'm deciding whether or not I should bunch the whole week's worth into one post. Okay, this was day 1, day 2, well, not day 1, but whatever day I stopped at. I think it's day 11, and then up to 15. I'll put in one post, or I'll just do multiple posts. I feel like one post is okay, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just skip it altogether. But I like the ones that I had missed, so I might just do one post. That also, I missed a blog post this Monday. Sorry. I was like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Wow. And literally I started moving on Sunday night. And it's Friday, and I'm still not unpacked. I started packing Sunday evening, and then I finally finished packing Tuesday morning, and then I started moving stuff Tuesday morning, all day Tuesday, just moving stuff into the new place, and then went back to my old apartment Tuesday night and cleaned all Wednesday morning, and then had to be out by Wednesday evening. But yeah, this room that I got, guys, I'm gonna hook it up. It's gonna look pretty cool. I'm gonna have a whole section because I have a divider, right? So I'm kind of downgrading. I had a studio apartment and I just moved into a room with roommates and stuff. But this is harsh times, guys. I'm trying to save my money. It has nothing to do with downgrading and shit like that. I'm trying to put myself in the best position so I can always thrive and be, easily flexible. I don't want to struggle, so that's a great tip for you guys. If you guys ever feel stuck, don't hold on to things. I felt like I would have been super stuck, money wise, not working that much right now. So I would have been in a really tough position if I would have kept my apartment. And I don't want to put myself through that. So I gave it up for a room and hopefully, save some money like this. But yeah, anyway, since it was a studio apartment, I bought this super cool Japanese divider to divide my room area from the kitchen. And but now I don't have a studio, so, like, it's just in my room, but and the room's not really that big too, but, I'm gonna use the divider to, like, divide the, like, bed space and, like, hangout space from, like, my altar space. So my altar space is kinda gonna be, like, enclosed. It's gonna look super cool. I'm so excited. I'll probably post pictures on my Instagram later probably, because this room, I don't know when I'm gonna finish it. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty tired, guys. I hope you guys are doing great. I wonder, what you guys are doing, how this is going for you. I feel like this is such like an awkward time. Like now we're just like waiting, because it's like quarantine's like kind of over, but it's not over. Like we're still basically stuck here, um, and we're just waiting. It's kind of like it's not like even like do or die anymore. It's just like what the fuck. So with that being said, again, I hope you guys are well. I guess what I'm trying to think of something. I was gonna do like the reading because the reading usually like takes like 20 minutes. So I was just gonna do a card reading for you guys, but I wasn't feeling it. So I guess we can talk about something stuff that's happening right now other than well, okay. First off, there's a lot of shifts being taken place. I don't know if it's one shift or like multiple shifts, but it's just like a lot of people, and I mentioned this. I'm sorry, I'm tired, guys. Like it might seem like I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, and I probably don't. Um, but hi, Haku. Haku says hi to all you guys. I think I had a dream. I'm sorry to change the subject, but I think I had a dream that like I don't know. I think Haku was human or something, and I was like talking to her. Oh yeah, she's been having a lot of anxiety attacks lately. Even before I started moving, she started having them, and then ever since I started moving, because I had to like bring her with me to like move the stuff and all of that, and she was just not doing good. It's just not doing too good in the new place. I mean, she seems to be doing okay, but she's not doing great. Like I'm just looking at her now, she's like carrying. So what she does, since she has anxiety, is what I noticed when you first get a cat, or like when I first ever gotten a cat, the first toy that I give them becomes their favorite toy. So like by the time like I had Haku, I already knew that was like, oh, this is gonna be her favorite toy because it's the first toy you give her, and it's gonna be like a fluffy, comfy toy, like a stuffed animal or something, and yeah, so that's her favorite toy now, and she had it since like that was like the first thing I ever bought her when she was a little baby. And so yeah, now she carries that around like when she's having an anxiety attack. She carries it with her to calm her down, like around in her mouth, and she kind of like whimpers. Like you could hear her. She wants to like hide under my blanket right now. I know, mama. Okay, well, I'm gonna hold the microphone because she wants to like hide under the covers. She wants to like when she like panics like this, she just wants to like seriously hide, but mostly with me. So like she'll just like even when I'm sleeping, if it happens when I'm sleeping, she'll like wake me up. Like she'll like tap me, and then she'll like hide in me, like cuddle super deep in me. What the heck? That sounds so weird. Cuddle super deep in me. So yeah, but I also feel like she can sense like changes, like a lot of changes are happening, like energy shifts. That's like what I'm talking about right now. So I feel like there's a lot of these shifts that are happening right now, and I feel like they happen randomly. Like there's sometimes where maybe it may feel like nothing's going on and we're kind of at like a stagnant thing, but I noticed that when people wake up, like a lot of people wake up at the same time. So like it kind of happens in like groups or like multiples and stuff like that. So I feel like we are going through one of these phases right now. We're going through like a huge shift right now, especially energetically, especially with this whole virus stuff. The virus, again, I say this all the time, is making people go within. People are staying inside. They have more time with themselves. So everybody's becoming very more aware of like what's happening on the inside of them if they weren't before. Um, so it's causing a lot of people to wake up. And I'm noticing these large amounts of people, and they're looking for material and things to listen to, things to research. When I first started, like, I guess you could say, waking up, I was so interested in what the heck all this stuff was because I connected with it so well. And I wanted to know more about it. So I was just like heavy into it, like researching into crystals, like very basic stuff. And yeah, that's what's happening now, guys. Um if this is your first episode that you are listening to and you are waking up, I keep saying that. And you're becoming more aware, I guess you can say, of energy, and if you feel like there's something more. You feel like there's something more to this reality, and you research, and you're like, wow, this is pretty probable. Well, welcome to ThirdEyeCyphs. This is where we talk about that shit. Sorry, I curse sometimes. Some episodes are clean, but some episodes I curse, and this is one of those. So please refer to last week's episode. I believe it was I hate guessing these numbers. Episode 18? No. I really don't know. Refer to last week's episode. It's called Welcome to the Rabbit Hole or something like that. And it's basically like a welcoming guide to New Age spirituality. It sounds so gross and trending. It's definitely not New Age. This is ancient stuff, guys. It's just, I guess, a new generation is taking it on, so they're calling it New Age. But yeah, it's kind of like my top 10 list of everything I feel like you should know when starting off your journey. Also, episode 17, I believe, the Hermetic Principles. That one's real. I referred back to it constantly in last week's episode. So listen to that one and then listen to the other one after that. But yeah, I intended to make this podcast for people who are already on the journey, and common mistakes and like things to avoid and just stuff that I've been through. But I'm realizing that a lot of people are waking up and finding this podcast, and I'm not really like talking to them as much. I'm only talking to like, people who've had their experiences already, and not those who are just beginning their experiences. So this episode's kind of like a midway point. Not a midway point. I've been putting all my episodes on like season 1. I might stop at episode 20. Imagine this is episode 20. That would be the end of season 1. And then should I take a break? Like, how like TV shows do, like season 1 and then like 3 more months until season 2. No, I'm not gonna waste months. What the hell? I'll probably like skip a week, maybe. Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't like skipping weeks. But yeah, anyways, so what the hell? Where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? Nah. Anyways, yeah, okay. Sorry, this episode is just like a midway point. Mainly because it's only gonna be a half hour or less. I couldn't even do the card reading, just because I'm so sleepy. And that's it. I guess I'll take this episode to talk to you guys about, again, like I mentioned, the shifts. People are waking up. But a lot of changes are being made in people's lives right now. Like, it might not be like, oh, you're only waking up. It could be you're waking up to your true purpose, your soul mission. So a lot of changes are being made in people's lives. Like, I know my life has taken a huge 360. Like, so much is happening, so much change is happening. It may not feel good in the beginning because it's like super sudden. Like, I was super overwhelmed at first, with the whole moving, my apartment, my job, and it's just like, what the heck is going on? But, like I'm accepting these changes because I know it's all part of my growth. But I noticed that, it's happening to a lot of people right now. Even if you're not like waking up spiritually, a lot of changes and stuff is happening in your life in order to help you ascend and um, move forward, move towards your soul purpose. So there's that. There's a lot of changes, a lot of shifts being made. Energy might feel crazy. Um, it's just like a lot is happening right now. And I guess my best advice for you guys during this is to keep your mind out of the way. Um, your mind is also, and I was gonna do an episode on ego. I already have it like set up and everything. And I set this up like 2 weeks ago. But I did last week's episode. I decided to do instead of the ego one. I was gonna do the ego one this episode, I think, but due to unfortunate circumstances, I can't do it this week. Maybe next week, unless I don't have something cooler to talk about. um, but what was I comparing ego to? Mind. Okay, so yes, get your mind out of the way. Why? Because during these changes, you're gonna have doubt, you're gonna be scared, you're gonna be angry, you're gonna have all these really like emotional feelings, like exaggerated emotional feelings. And that's the mind. The mind creates these emotions. Um so what I can say is get your mind out of the way because doubt will stop you from moving forward on your true path. So like the universe could be putting you on this path, like it may seem crazy. Like, okay, say for example, like you lose your job, you lose everything, blah blah, and you're like, what the heck, what is happening? And then like you're just full of like all this like angst and doubt and just like you're just you're just depressed. And but the original reason why all of this happened is because the universe had a different path for you in mind. Like you might have to go through that in order to realign with what you're truly meant to be doing. But since you're having this fear and doubt and you're scared and all of this, you're not letting yourself flow on that path. You're staying resistant and you're kind of moving against it and you're trying to stay on the path you were on before, but it's just not working out. So get your mind out of the way. 2, let things flow. That analogy just made me kind of just think about that. Let things flow. Go with the flow. That is a huge thing. Do not be in resistance to what's happening. You absolutely are in control of your reality, but to a certain extent. I don't know if I've said this before, but everything's divine timing. There is a one mind, a universal mind, one that is incomprehensible, where everything is already kind of planned out already. I don't know this for a fact, so I'm not going to say it as a fact. So don't believe it as a fact. But synchronicities exist. There's many like there's domino effects. Basically, it's a domino effect, cause and effect. Like things happen because this happens, because this happens, because this happens. So I see it all as patterns. This reality is just patterns, one after another. So if you don't, I'm sorry, Haku was like biting me, so she just like distracting me. So that's why I say that everything is kind of planned out already, because it all seems very very planned out. And it may not seem like this at first, but the deeper you go into the path, and this is another thing that I mentioned, is that the farther you go down the path, the more phases you'll go through. You'll go through like the surface level stuff, then you go deeper, you go into the conspiracies and anger against the government, and then you might fall into the law of attraction after that. This was kind of my pattern. And then after that, maybe realign with your soul purpose, or go into like that knowledge kind of phase, and then your soul purpose. But I literally keep losing track of what I was saying. I'm so sorry. I'm literally so tired, guys. Like, I've been moving all week. I'm so tired. Yeah, so you're gonna go through those phases. I'm trying to kind of backtrack. And do I want to go back in the recording? I can't. See, that's the number one thing. Like, when I forget what I'm talking about, I can pause the recording and then go back to hear what I was listening, like listen to what I was saying, and be like, oh yeah. But I can't do that here. So, okay, I'm gonna think about the second thing I was saying. Go with the flow. Kind of go. don't be resistant to what's happening. You're gonna. I don't know how I started talking about you're gonna go through phases. Anyways, I'll just go back to what I was saying with the go with the flow. If you're resistant and you're not letting it flow, then you're not going with the divine timing, I guess you can say. So okay, that's what I was saying. So when you go deeper down the rabbit hole, you're gonna come to notice that not everything, there are no like coincidences. So like, it may not seem like it now that everything is divine timing, but once you get used to this path, and once you kind of go with the flow, then you'll realize that you can see that everything is divine timing, and there won't be any resistance. You might have it in your head like, it's me, like, it, but when everything's happening all at once, you may forget it. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, get your mind out of the way, go with the flow, and find time for yourself. Find time to be with yourself. Don't get overwhelmed with everything that's happening. During this time that you're waking up, you may be surrounded a lot by family, by news, media, all this stuff. Take time for yourself. I had an episode that the card was find time for like solitude or whatever. Yeah, find time for solitude. And I highly suggest this now, because you need that time to contemplate. When I first started on the path, I was meditating a lot. Not instantly. I would use guided meditations. Guided meditations are great ways to easily meditate. They kind of have like the perfect voice, know exactly what to say and how to put you in that space of meditation. So I highly suggest find time for solitude and meditate. Don't focus too much on chakras at the moment. I will go into that. I will get into that. But in past episodes, you may have heard me say like, oh, I don't believe in chakras, or I don't know about chakras, or like, not that I don't believe in them, but I will get into them, and I will tell you guys how to actually deal with chakras, opposed to, root chakra, sacral chakra, the colors, the feelings that they kind of, go along with. Just don't focus on that right now. I was kind of like, I really was into that when I first got in. But then I kind of like got out of it, and I learned like not really to focus on that. So, yeah, don't focus on like mainstream stuff, guys. I had to say it again. What I highly suggest is focus on yourself. Keep on learning, but keep an open mind too. Don't accept everything as a fact, and just keep doing you. Just don't settle on anything. You know what I mean? I didn't mean for this episode to turn out like a part 2 of last week's episode. But yeah, go with the flow, guys. Don't be resistant, and have time for yourself, to kind of calm yourself. Energies might be everywhere. You might be super sensitive to them, so you might need that time to recollect with yourself during all of this. stuff. I'm sorry I'm super tired this week, guys. I'm sorry this episode's super short. I wonder if I can like record for 30 minutes and then record again. I wonder how that'll work. But I'll just keep it to 30 minutes because, well, you never know. Maybe I can. Sorry. But again, I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are consistently learning, exploring, and expanding your consciousness. I'll have a blog post for you guys on Monday. It's virtual EDC, guys, this weekend. If you like EDM music, take advantage of that. I'm so sad. Me and my friends and my boyfriend like bought EDC tickets, and we were supposed to go this weekend. Today is supposed to be the first day of EDC, and I'm crying on the inside. Like my phone was like dun, 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 and like as a like schedule reminder, and then it was like EDC, and I was like fuck. Like super sad. But I don't work tomorrow, so I'll probably kick it with my friends and we'll do some virtual EDC. It's also tonight. I'm gonna go over to my teacher's house and the one I was staying with, because I just moved into a room not with her. I told you guys I was staying with her, but I just moved out, so I'm gonna clean the room over there because Haku loves to shed, so clean it up with all her little hair, and then hopefully I'll get done early, make it back, and then kick it. I'm so excited for everything that's happening right now. I was very overwhelmed and scared, and falling into like, not usual thought patterns. So I'm really excited now that I'm here and I'm settling in, that I'm actually excited to see what comes of all of this. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'm so sorry about this week's episode. I couldn't really talk about anything really because I didn't know like how long whatever I was talking about was gonna take. But it was mostly just, I'm not gonna skip the episode. I was so tired this morning that I was like, should I just skip this week's episode? Like literally that's how tired I was. I could not wake up for anything. So this episode is really just to catch up on you guys. Please feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm not really active on it right now, but I will answer your messages. Like I'm completely capable of answering your messages. I'm just not posting anything at the moment until I'm like not completely busy. But feel free to send me suggestions or ask me questions, and I'll answer them in the podcast episode. I have a lot of you writing to me, asking me questions. And that's why I'm kind of excited about these future episodes, because I'm going to address these questions, and they're really big topics that maybe a lot of people don't know a lot of information on. So I'm excited to cover them. So yes, feel free to DM me, ask me stuff, suggest things. Just talk to me. I'd love to connect with you guys. I hope that you are persevering in whatever it is you want to persevere in. And life is great, always. Maybe it may not seem like it sometimes, but it always is. And I hope you are staying healthy. Even though it seems like this thing is over, it's really not. So please be safe, wash your hands, wear your masks and stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe it's 5G. Maybe it's this. I'd love to hear conspiracies on it. And I just hope you're doing well. Keep going. That's all I can say is if you hear this, like, just keep going, there is no stopping ever. There is no stopping ever. Before I moved and went through all of this, I kind of asked God or the universe or whatever, my higher self, because you are God. So it's mainly asking yourself. When you're asking out loud, you're asking yourself and attuning yourself to that kind of vibration. But I was just like, please put me on whatever path is best for my spiritual ascension and expansion. It doesn't matter what I go through, just put me on the path that will help me become my greatest version. Doesn't matter what it is, I just want that path to help me be better and help other people. So with that being said, I have a few seconds left. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to this one, to any past episodes. Tell me, DM me, write to me on Anchor, whatever, what your favorite episode has been so far, or things you would like me to talk about. even more of? Do you want more girl talk series? I'm thinking about doing some yoga, like asana series about like mistakes people are doing. Suggest some stuff for me, like series, episodes, whatever. And thank you again so much for listening. I'll talk to you next week, guys. Peace.